Welcome back, Tabletop Any Miniatures fans, subscribers, people interested. We are talking about today Age of Sigmar. It's going to be a lot of Age of Sigmar. So if you're 40k, don't care about Age of Sigmar, get it. But Age of Sigmar is getting the goods, getting a lot of love. So first things first that we'll talk about. This is just going to be an all-encompassing one that we'll throw out today because it just came out. The unboxing of the Dominion box. So this is the new box for Age of Sigmar for 3.0 rules. And they're actually bringing out a new sub faction. They have the Stormcast Eternals and what are they called? I don't remember what they're called because I know some people are going to be Cruel Boys Orcs. But first off, guys, this video. If any of you have not seen this video, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the new edition cinematic trailer, you gotta watch it. That thing is so insane, so beautiful, so gorgeous, so well done. Goosebumps watching that sucker. Just straight up, like, oh my gosh. It made me fall in love with Warhammer all over again. Literally. Goosebumps, heart pounding, heart racing. These are some still photos, but they don't do it justice. Crazy. You gotta watch it. So what comes in the box? Stormcast Eternals. Like always. And then, like I said, you have the Cruel Boys Orcs. That's 60 models. You get 21 Stormcast models and 39 Cruel Boy Orcs. You get the rule book. You get a 24-page pamphlet, and you get War Scrolls. Beautiful models. Fantastic. I always have problems with these types of boxes because they do stupid things like they give you 3 of these 2-up save guys that we all want a million of. They never get but they're gonna come in groups of 5, right? So you need 5 of these, which is fine because most people will buy. I'll buy a box, you buy a box. I'll give you my half of Oryx, you give me your half of Stormcast, and so now you're looking pretty. But it's always just frustrating. It's like, and I get they're not trying to give you like a full box of units, but sometimes it's really irritating. So Stormcast, you get Yndrasta, the Celestial Spear, which I think she's going to be really fun, really cool. She'll have good, I think, decent rules. I'm interested to see what the Lord Imperatant is going to be. They call, he's the peerless leader. These peerless leaders are the finest strategists in Sigmar's service, wielding forces, blah 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 blah. So like super strategists. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of rules he does, especially, and you got to remember too, like these heroes are going to be specific for how Age of Sigmar 3.0 works, right? And so I think that's gonna be a thing. Knight Arcanum as keeper of ancient forbidden lore. Knights Arcanum are eccentric wizards who are able to harness the channel the fulminating power of their fellow warriors to bring ruin to the enemies of Sigmar. Not sure what that means. Sounds kind of necromantic to me, but we'll see. Then you got the baller Knight Vexilor with a banner of apotheosis. Praetors, these are like bodyguards. It sounds like you basically pick a hero and they're the bodyguards of that hero. Again, and you get 3 of these. You get 3 Annihilators, which, like I said, everyone needs at least 10. You want freaking 10, 50, 100. That's the one thing I guess I should look at. So you get 1, 2, 3, and there's going to be the Griff. So I'm wondering, like I said, 3 of those. We'll look through. I wonder if they have like a closer up. But I don't know how many you get of each. That's the question. it's not as clear. So, like I said, you get 3 of the 2-up saves. You have 1, 2, 3 of the bodyguards. So that's 6. You're going to have 7 for her. You're going to have 8 for the standard. 9 for the wizard. 10, 11 for the strategist and his Griffhound. So I think you're going to get 10 of the standard basic infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So you get, okay. So you get 10 of the others. So you're going to get her. That counts as 2 models. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 3 of those. 9, 10, 11. You get 3 of those. And you're going to get 10 Vindictors. Vindictors? I think that's how you say it. With their spears and shields. Which are beautiful models. And like I said, you're going to want 30 of those guys. So that'll be good. You'll get 20 of those. So you'll get 20 of those. You'll basically get 6 of these, which means you'll be able to run a 1 unit of 5 because you'll just take out this guy, right? So this is the hero, like leader guy. So you take him out and you get those 2. It's the same with 2.0, right? Where you didn't get enough Knights in Cantor or whatever. Not Knights in Cantor. What are they called? Evocators, I think is what they're called, something like that. And I think the 3 is fine because I don't know how many. I'm assuming they come in units of 3 as bodyguards because you wouldn't have a unit of 5. And then for these guys, you get a leader. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is funny because, like I said, they count as models, but they're little grots, and they call them grots, which is interesting. So 5, 6, you get 3 of those. That's 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9. You get, I think it's 10 of those. Yeah, 10 of those and 20 of those. So that's 9, 19, 29, 39. So 39 models. So like I said, you get 20 of these little Hobgrot Slithers, which they got like throwables and little daggers. So they're going to be like the weak, throwaway units. And then you got the standard guys with their shields and spears, and then you got like these shooters, and then a bunch of HQ choices for these different guys, the cruel boys. I'm never gonna remember that. And now the one thing I thought that was interesting. So it says right here, these new additions to the Orruk war clans have been designed with cues going way back to the early days of Warhammer. So that's something that's interesting. So it sounds like these are just another sub-faction. So you remember how you used to have the savage orcs? I don't remember what freaking book they had. They had their own codex. And then you had the Iron Jaws. So it's set, and then they put them all together in a book, right? And then you had the same with the Gloom Spite Gates. You had a bunch of different little factions, and they put them all together. I think it's gonna be the same. I think the Orruk War Clan's Battle Tomb they're gonna come up with a new one. Sounds like, because they're gonna have to come out with a new one for Age of Sigmar. For Age of Sigmar, for Stormcast Eternals. And so, like I said, they'll probably come out with a new battle tune for Orruk War Clans, and then they'll include this freaking sub-faction in them. One of the other questions I have / want to know is this going to be a new chamber, right? Because we've had a couple. We've had a couple of different chambers come out for Stormcast. Is this going to be another chamber that we're going to include? You know what I'm saying? Which will be interesting to see. I kind of want to, like I said, know more about the lore of what's going to happen here. And like I said, you get the rule book, you get all that jazz with this. So, super exciting. I'm not going to be honest. A lot of people, and myself included, have said these Orruks have a very Lord of the Rings feel to them, which is interesting. But like I said, they are definitely different than your Savage Orcs, and they're different, way different than your Iron Jaws. So I'm not a fan, not super like it. I don't. That's the one destruction faction I don't have is the Orc War Clans, and I don't know if I want these guys. I mean, we'll have them because you gotta we'll get the box. I've got to have this, and so we'll have them anyway. But like I said, so I'll get at least 2 boxes myself of this. We'll see. Like I said, I might even pick up more of the others later on. Whether it's just 2 more units of 3 of these, or 2 units of 3, so I could have 2 units of 5, and then another unit or 2, 10-man unit or 2 of these guys, so I could have like 40. We'll see kind of how the rules play out, whether they're better at 2, because for the longest time, Liberators are like 5-man squads. They're not any good. You're not going to take 10-man squads, so we shall see. But like I said, definitely we'll end up getting 2 boxes of this. So I have everything here times 2. We'll be giving away a lot of these heroes, which will be cool. And then we'll see, like I said, with this, we'll keep it just so we have an Orc War Clan army. But if I were to play any of it, I'd play Iron Jaws anyway, because I'm a fan of those guys way more than I am of these cruel boys. But it is what it is. So like I said, we'll see. Then we had this whole who would fight, the new rules. This was, I think, yesterday. Everyone's talking about the Supreme Master of Order, and actually the Dead for Innumerable Ages rule, where at the end of each phase, see, and this is the thing, so people are talking about turns. And it's not turns, guys. One guy was like, oh, you're going to kill him in 1 turn. It's not turns. Reread this. At the end of each phase, if any wounds or mortal wounds are allocated to this model, roll 3d6 and add the number of wounds and mortal wounds allocated to this model to the roll. On a 20 up, this model is slain. On any other roll, all wounds, mortal wounds, and allocated to this model are healed. So, in the shooting phase, in the magic phase, I'm actually kind of like, this actually makes me nervous. Because it's, like I said, it's phase. If Lord Croak suffers 18 or more wounds or more wounds before the end of the phase, he is immediately slain in no dice rolls. That's interesting. Well, obviously. And why wouldn't it be 17 on a 20 plus? Because if he suffers 17, you're rolling 3d6. That's 17 plus 3 is 20. Anyway, that's kind of dumb, but yeah. So that makes me nervous. Like I said, what if you do, you know what I'm saying, any kind of a, in the casting phase, right? You do an endless spell, and someone does, I don't know. Like I said, you do 3 or 4 mortal wounds on him in the casting, in the command phase, and then he rolls crazy high. He rolls at 18 or 17, and it's like, oh wait, he's dead. And then in the shooting phase, right, you can put, especially with some of these shooting, what I'm saying, you put 6, 8 wounds on him, and he rolls a 12. Rolling a 12 on 3d6 is not that hard, right? And so it's like, for me, it's like, wait a minute. I think people look at that as like, oh, that's so powerful, like he's going to be impossible to kill. I don't think so. Because you can, most armies can make them at least in one, if not, the biggest problem will be the armies that can only hurt in the close combat phase, right? That, so he's only rolling once. Once a phase, one phase a turn per person's turn. In that regard, he's pretty safe. But for those people, like, what I'm saying, a lot of the people with magic, right? So Daughters of Cain, you got the Lumineth Realm Lords, you've got, even Caradron Overlords, it's really just in the shooting phase, but, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, the more I have to roll, the more phases I'm rolling in. If I'm having to roll in 2 or 3 phases a turn on your turn, you know what I'm saying, and then just preferably just one in my turn if someone if I charge in. But I wouldn't charge in with Croak, obviously. So I was saying, if you're rolling having to roll 2 or 3 times a turn, because it's at the end of each phase, that's terrifying. Because all it takes is one super high roll, and he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he gets to heal all of his wounds, which is fantastic. And again, that'll make it incredibly frustrating for people who can only do it in close combat, because it's like, okay, like I did 12 wounds. Hopefully that's enough for him to go. Maybe not. But like I said, a lot of people were saying, "Oh man, like a turn? That's crazy. He's gonna be so hard." And it's like, no, nope. Having to roll at the end of each phase can be catastrophic, because that's a lot of rolling. And the thing is, like I said, if you only do 4 or 5 wounds a phase, or who cares? But the point is like, all right, let's make him roll. You know what I'm saying? Let's make him roll. Let's make him roll. Yeah. So like I said, we shall see what happens. And then, like I said, seeing these, they seem better. You know what I'm saying? I hope these Slaanesh centerpieces are better, because their greater demons are dog crap. Straight up dog crap. I can't remember the points wise, but gosh, just horrible. And then lastly, I don't know if you guys all saw this, because I mentioned this, I think, in my stream. So here's, like I said, here's all the new stuff coming out. And then here are these that no one knew about. They didn't put out. This is the first time I've seen any article showing these battalions in a box, War Scroll battalions in a box. This is the first time I think anyone's seen, or that I've seen, Games Workshop show, that these are coming out. And now each web store, is only allowed to have one of each. That's all they gave. Now there are some, obviously, the high volume stores, they'll probably get more than one, but they've even been stingy with those guys. And so, like I said, we'll see. We will see what happens. But like I said, I have one of each of these, and I will be keeping a couple. So I'll be keeping this one for our budding He Knights of Slaanesh army. I'll probably keep this because I've always wanted a Skaven army. My brother already has basically this, so I won't need it. I'll sell it, and then we'll see if I get rid of this one as well. It'll be interesting. They're not that fantastic. They are, they are new battalions in the book, in the Kragnos book. So they might be super powerful. We shall see. I'm excited to see if this is powerful. I can totally see if this is super powerful. I think a lot of Skaven are going to be getting into I'm saying they're going to be happy getting their stuff on the board if that's powerful, because this is a staple of every Skaven army. You have at least a 3-man squad of these guys, and then always, I'm saying, one of those Warp Lightning cannons. So, but yeah, like I said, this is the first time they've ever showed it. I actually ordered them for Tabletop Miniatures without even knowing what's inside of them. All I had was a name. I knew the Exquisite Pursuit, Ratachax, Doom Coven. I knew the names, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll get them, because they'll sell for the most part. They'll sell. Yeah, so I have some of those. Just put together one of these beautiful ladies from the Shadow and Pain box. She is fantastic and gorgeous and amazing. And I got one of every one of these except for her, where I got 2 of them, because I'm hoping that they're really good, both of them, and that they'll help the army. So anyway, and I got one of him. I'm so excited for Kragnos. So there you go. This video is way longer than I expected. I'm sure. Where are we at? Yeah, we're like at 20 minutes. So anyway, so there you go. Like I said, just this is a Warhammer Age of Sigmar rambling. Super excited for everything that's coming out. Don't forget to watch the frickin' video, because it's amazing. Don't forget, we are a painting and commission studio. We do take commissions. We are booked out till the end of July and possibly later. We're just waiting on some clients. So we shall see what happens. Like I said, if you want to get your name on the list, let me know. We'll, like I said, we do free quotes. We are very reasonable in our pricing. We're more than happy to help you. So If you guys can continue to help keep us busy and get us our backlog increased, my goal is to get us booked out for the next 4 months. And if I can get us booked out to the next 4 months, then we will start looking at hiring additional painters. We'll hire up additional employees to help with the backlog, which in turn will allow us to help you guys even more. So tell your friends. Like I said, hit us up. We're super excited to help anyone. Our website, tabletopradventures.com. Our YouTube page that you guys are on. Please like and subscribe and share. We also have a Facebook page where I'm starting to do more live streams. I'm going to be doing at least one live stream a week, where I'm just chatting with you guys and assembling and painting and whatever needs to be done. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.